Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com.
Are children who are below the age of bar or bas mitzvah to be educated to light their own Chanukah menorah, their own Chanukah candles? Can they simply be yotze the mitzvah with the father of their home, or should they light on their own, buying each one their own menorah? Is there a difference between male versus female children, sons versus daughters? And is there a difference between if the child has reached the age of chinuch or not? So first and foremost, we must clarify in the beginning of this halacha that the entire question we just asked is only relevant to those of Ashkenazi Jewry. You see, Sfardim are accustomed that no additional family members light Chanukah candles other than the father of the home or whatever other leader of the home is lighting. So children even be above Bar Mitzvah do not light Chanukah candles, and certainly not children below. So the question here is really only relevant to those of Ashkenazi Jewry. You see, the Ashkenazi custom is not only for the leader of the house to light Chanukah candles, but for all family members. And therefore the question is asked, regarding children below bar bas mitzvah, should they also be lighting Chanukah candles? So on the one hand we can say, why not? Seemingly, just like we have a general obligation of chinuch to educate one's child to perform a mitzvah once he reaches the age of education, so too here, once he reaches the age of chinuch, understanding the miracle, understanding Chanukah lighting, you should be obligated to teach him how to light according to the Ashkenazi custom. And indeed, so rules the Ramah explicitly in the Shulchan Aruch. In chapter 675, halacha 3, that according to our minhag that every family member lights, children who have reached the age of chinuch also are required to light. And so rules likewise the Pri Megadim and other achreinim. However, other poskim argue on this and say that, hey, even according to Ashkenazim, there's no obligation to light additional candles in the home once the leader of the house has lit his Chanukah candles. It's only a mahadrin mitzvah, an extra matter of scrupulousness. And since when do we find an obligation to educate your child in a matter of hiddur? In other words, the Ashkenazi custom for every additional family member to light is only a chumrah, a hiddur, and not from the letter of the law. So therefore, I'm not obligated to educate my child in this matter, and I can choose for him not to light the candles. So rules the Magen Avram in 677-8, and so rules the Mishnah Brura and other achreinim. Practically, while this matter remains under debate for Ashkenazi custom, if you have to educate your child above the age of chinuch or not, the recorded Chabad custom in Sefer HaManhagim, based on a sicha of the Frierdiker Rebbe, as was the custom in Beis Harav, is that male children do not begin lighting Chanukah candles even past the age of chinuch until close to the age of bar mitzvah, which is seemingly finalizing like the latter opinion, the opinion of the Magen Avram, that there's no relevance to educate a child in the mitzvah of hiddur mitzvah, in a matter of just extra scrupulousness, a matter that's not an actual obligation. Nevertheless, despite the above said custom in Chabad, practically today the widespread custom amongst all families, including families of Anash of Chabad, is that even very young children light their own Chanukah candles. And while there is no explicit address that the Rebbe related to this matter, it possibly can be hinted to in the fact that he began a campaign of even very young daughters lighting Shabbos candles, and perhaps, seemingly, the similar ideas can likewise be deduced regarding boys lighting Chanukah candles, that they too should start lighting from a very young age. Whatever the case, this is the practical custom today, to educate even very young children to light their own candles. And in the words of the Yesod V'Sheresh HaAvodah in Shar Yud Beis, one is to be very careful to educate his small sons to light their own Chanukah menorah. And certainly this too now has the status of Minhag Yisrael Torah, especially based on that it is adding to something in Torah and not diminishing. So to summarize, from the letter of the law, children below the age of chinuch are not required to be educated to light their own candles. That's according to all opinions. Children who are above the age of chinuch, referring to sons, it is disputed as to whether one is required to educate them or not, and practically the widespread custom today is to educate male children of even very young age to light their own Chanukah menorah. Now let's deal with daughters. So in essence, the question if children, female children, daughters, should be educated to light their own Chanukah menorah is relevant to the subject of women lighting Chanukah menorah, which was already covered in a different class. And in short, it's explained that even though the Ashkenazi custom is for all family members to light their own menorah, this only refers to male family members, while female family members are yetzer with the father of the home and wives with the husband. Certainly this applies for daughters who are below the age of chinuch and below the age of bas mitzvah, and even more for those that are above. And thus there is no opinion or approach that says they need to be educated to light their own candles, and on the contrary, the custom is that they don't light their own candles. Nonetheless, if a girl insists on doing so, and doing so will add to their education in a positive way, then one may allow his daughter to light her own candles, not fight over it with her. As from the letter of the law, it is permitted for all family members to light their own menorah with a blessing. And in fact, in 1 year, in 1987, the Rebbe publicized that even girls are to light candles if it will add to their education in a positive way. And although this was not a long-term directive, but only meant for that year, nonetheless, seemingly in a time that the daughter is insisting and will feel bad if she doesn't light, one may allow her to light. Now, regarding if the children who light should light using oil, olive oil, or wax, so obviously they fulfill their obligation with wax candles like anyone else. However, based on the idea of educating your child even for Hiddur mitzvah, one should try to have them light using olive oil, although always making sure to light with the safest available candles so it does not cause chas v'shalom a fire hazard.
Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com. Our free services of making Torah knowledge available to the public depends on donors like you. Please help us continue our work through making even a small contribution at Shulchanaruchharav.com under the Daily Halacha Dedication section or in the subscription page. Also, check out our online courses and many sefarim available for purchase that will both enhance your Torah knowledge and help support our work.